Assalamualaikum and hi everyone! My name is Faiza Irina and my name is Herka Zuri. Let's start with the video presentation.
Luis Bonan, the creator of the well-known language learning program Duolingo, gives a TED Talk in the video titled How to Make Learning as Addictive as Social Media. Luis describes in this session how his team created Duolingo to make learning more interesting, especially for those without access to excellent education. In order to motivate users to learn continuously, he compares the app features with those of social media sites such as notifications, streaks, and incentives. He also talks about his own experience and the inspiration behind developing free worldwide language learning program. This instructive speech aims to demonstrate how psychology and technology may be used to improve learning outcomes and enjoyment. Luis wants to show that education doesn't have to be dull. It can be just engaging as social media scrolling, but with a more beneficial effect. From our observation, we want to talk about two positive and two negative aspects of his non-verbal communication. Making eye contact is one of his powerful non-verbal indicators. He looks the audience in the eyes of naturally and consistently throughout his presentation. He doesn't use slides or read from notes when he speaks. This demonstrates his preparations and content confidence. The audience feels that he is truly speaking to them rather than only reading the script because of his eye contact, which fosters a sense of trust and connection. It also demonstrates that he is attentive and involved, which makes his message more powerful. All things considered, maintaining eye contact is essential to holding the audience's attention and giving the speech a meaningful, intimate sense. Furthermore, his speech that truly sticks out is his smooth delivery, particularly the fact that he used no fillers words at all. You won't hear him use the usual speech words and like during the conversation. This demonstrates a great deal of confidence and readiness. He delivers his point clearly and effectively without interruptions or needless pauses. It makes a better, more polished impression and makes it easy for audience to follow his remarks. Delivered in this manner, the speech gains credibility and becomes more interesting.
Next is the negative part of the talk. While the presentation overall have many strengths, there is a few areas that could be improved, particularly in the terms of body language and vocal deliveries. Let's start with gesture. Specifically, the movement of his arm and his hands. Throughout the entire presentation, there was a noticeable imbalance in how he used his arms. He relies predominantly on his left arm, which moved frequently while his right arm remained still. This asymmetry was especially obvious since he was holding a remote in his right hand, which seemed to prompt more motion from that side. As a result, his gesture came across as somewhat stiff and unnatural. In a live presentation, gesture plays an important role in reinforcing key points, expressing enthusiasm, and connecting with the audience. When one side of the body remains still, while the other does all the work, it can feel distracting and less engaging to the viewers. The second issue we observed concerns the volume of the tone of his voice. One of the core elements of an engaging presentation is the voice variety. But in this case, his voice remained fairly monotone throughout most of the talk. This lack of variation makes it harder to maintain attention, especially over the course of 12 minutes. For example, when he introduced the name of the application, a moment that ideally would carry weight and excitement, he did so without any vocal emphasis. This made what should have been a key moment feel underwhelming. Without stressing any words, the message can easily become flat, causing important points to be lost on the audience. In conclusion, despite all these weaknesses, the speakers wrapped up his presentation in a strong and memorable way. He concluded by expressing his hope that we can do what Duolingo has done with language, but for all other subjects. He also emphasized that screen time doesn't have to be a negative thing. It can in fact be used to deliver high-quality education content to people of all income levels, whether rich or poor. This message helped tie the presentation together with a clear and socially impactful goal. Finally, he ended with a light-hearted reminder for everyone to complete their language lesson today. A subtle but humorous nod to Duolingo's famously passive-aggressive notification. This ending was not only entertaining but also left the audience with a smile, which is always a great way to close the presentation.
That's all from us!